how many different spells can you actually remember from Frieren? Beyond the big flashy attacks, the series is packed with clever, subtle, and sometimes downright bizarre magic that shapes every aspect of a mage's life. From spells that create perfect clones to simple folk magic that helps catch a bird for dinner, the sheer variety is staggering. In this video alone, we're going to break down an impressive 20 different support spells, many of which are so quick or subtle you might have completely forgotten you ever saw them. Welcome to part 3 of our visual guide to the magic system in Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Before we dive into our list, let's quickly define what we mean by support magic in the world of Frieren. It's a vast category that goes far beyond simple healing spells. These are the ingenious spells that control the battlefield, deceive the senses, enhance movement, and provide crucial utility for everything from exploring a deadly dungeon to making everyday life easier. We've organised the spells into 3 main categories to guide you through this magical encyclopedia: manipulation and illusion, mobility and utility, and finally, unique abilities and countermeasures. Now, let's get started with our first category. Manipulation and illusion. These spells bend reality, either by controlling objects or by deceiving the senses. It allows the user to generate a suitable weapon and imitate the actions and fighting style of an individual by analysing their mana flow. Lini, one of Aura the Guillotine's executioners, is a notable user. This skill was demonstrated when she mimicked the combat style of the greatest warrior in history against Stark. Phantom magic. Used by the monster Ein Zam, this spell creates phantom illusions of deceased loved ones by drawing on a target's memories. It's a cruel tactic designed to lure humans, though mages like Frieren can dispel them with high-density mana. Spell that manipulates stones as puppets. This is Frieren's golem magic, which allows her to manipulate stones and rocks into golems of various sizes. She used it to entertain the hero party, and in a critical moment, to create a massive golem to fight her own clone. Richter uses this spell, which manipulates the earth to create raised ground or platforms. It's a useful spell for reshaping the battlefield. Clone magic. The legendary monster, the Spiegel, is the master of this spell, creating perfect replicas of those who enter its dungeon. These clones mirror the original's abilities, mana, and skills, making them incredibly dangerous. Land employs his own clone magic, creating indistinguishable copies he pilots remotely with a long range. He utilised these clones from the start of the first-class mage exam, with his real body never leaving his home village. Hypnosis magic, a type of mental magic that allows the user to give orders to an opponent. It requires direct eye contact and only works if the target possesses a mind. Edel attempts to use it on Sense's clone, only to discover the clone lacks a true mind. Method is also noted for her use of restraint magic, a type of mental magic that can incapacitate opponents. Spell to make things float. This versatile telekinetic spell causes objects to float in the air. Frieren and Fern often use it for mundane tasks like clearing debris or moving books, but mages also use it for practical purposes, like transferring supplies through snowstorms. Mobility and utility. These spells enhance movement, aid in navigation, or provide practical benefits. Flying magic. While a natural ability for many demons, human mages have adapted this spell to levitate and move through the air. It requires a large amount of mana and has limited duration, but it's a standard part of the curriculum for third-class mages and above. Jilva. A folk spell from a mountain tribe in the southern lands, Jilva allows the caster to move at incredible speeds, even while carrying objects or other individuals. Laufen utilises this to great effect, snatching a captured Stiller from under Frieren's nose. Spell to map a dungeon. Fern uses this spell to mark down the layout of a dungeon on a translucent mid-air map. Mikite. This folk magic spell is used to identify the contents of a treasure chest, particularly mimics, with a 99% success rate. Frieren, a notable user, infamously frequently gambles on the remaining 1% chance, often leading to her being swallowed by mimics. Spell that captures a bird. This folk magic, originally developed by hunters, can trap any bird or bird-like creature within a 50-centimeter range. Frieren teaches this practical spell to Fern and uses it herself to catch a stiller during the first-class mage exam. Golem magic. Lernen developed bottled escape golems, which are provided to examinees during the first-class mage exam. Breaking the bottle allows the golem to carry the user to safety, though it signifies an automatic failure in the exam. Unique abilities and countermeasures. This final category includes specialized support spells that often have high stakes or are designed to counter specific threats. This is Aura the Guillotine's signature magic. It places both the caster's and target's souls on the scales of obedience, and the individual with more mana gains complete control over the other's body. While those with strong wills can resist momentarily, Aura's immense mana made her seemingly invincible until she faced Frieren's true mana output.
Sorganil.
Weerbul's signature spell. It completely prevents a target from moving or accessing their mana as long as their full body remains within his line of sight. Weerbul is later able to copy this spell, demonstrating its strategic value. Dispelling magic. This spell analyzes an opponent's spell and cancelling its effects. Frieren's staff glows golden when she uses it, famously dispelling the effects of Aura's Auzalese on her undead army. Restraint magic. A diverse class of supportive spells that restrict an opponent's movement. Spell that produces a small electric shock. An anime original edition, this spell creates a small electric shock to temporarily paralyze an opponent. Land uses this to knock out Shah. Barrier magic. A diverse class of supportive spells that create magical barriers to isolate areas from outside influence. These barriers can be incredibly strong, like those created by Flamme, which lasted 1,000 years, or the immense barrier area erected for the first-class mage exam. Spell that breaks barriers. This spell allows a user to analyze a barrier and then destroy it. Frieren uses this incredible ability to shatter Seria's impenetrable barrier during the first-class mage exam. So that covers the strategic support spells that can turn the tide of a battle. But the real heart of Frieren's journey is the love for the quirky, everyday magic found along the way. In our final part, we'll explore the charming world of folk and utility spells. We'll showcase Frieren's personal collection, alongside other bizarre and legendary magic found throughout her journey. These are the spells valued not for power, but for passion. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe for the finale. Let us know your favourite support spell in the comments, and thanks for watching.